everybody and welcome back to Doctor Who Makeup. Today's video is not going to be a Doctor Who tutorial, it is going to be a Shop My Stash video. A whole bunch of my favorite beauty YouTubers, EmilyNoel83, Kathleen Lights, Bailey B, and a whole bunch of others that I watch make these kind of videos, and I thought it would be a really interesting idea to kind of shop my stash, find an eyeshadow palette that I haven't used a whole bunch in the recent months, and put together a look for you. Today's video is going to be kind of a sneak peek to what I have planned for you for tomorrow, which is going to be the perfect palette tag. So when it is up, you'll find a little card up in the top hand corner. Okay, the palette I'm going to be using today is the Coastal Scents Revealed palette. I've had this guy for a few years now, and every time I look at it, I honestly just get so confused at the color selections. It's supposed to be like a Urban Decay Naked palette knockoff with a whole bunch of the same colors, which honestly it is. It has pretty much exactly every single color in the Naked palette, plus a whole bunch more. But honestly, when I look at it, all the colors kind of blend together and it confuses my brain. I don't know why that is. So what I do when I get tired of a palette or I can't make sense of it fully is I look at it in a mirror, and when it reflects back, it almost looks as though it's a completely different palette, and that's what I have done. And I've discovered a few colors in here that I wouldn't have put together originally that actually work really well together. So the colors I'm going to be using today are these four right here. Okay, so this top one is like a matte dark plum purple. It is not in the Naked palette, but the other three are. This one is a dupe for Sidecar, then we have a dupe for Toasted, and a dupe for... I don't remember the name of this one right here, but I'll put it somewhere around the video. Those are the main eyeshadows that I'm going to be using for this look, so let's just get started. Starting off with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is what I use in every tutorial just because it's thebomb.com. You do definitely want to set the main part of your eyelid because the Sidecar dupe has a lot of sparkles in it. And that's one of the reasons why I don't like the original Sidecar shadow, is because there's so much fallout when you put it on. But this one, there isn't as much, but you just have to be careful because there is still sparkles in it. So I'm going to be taking the Coastal Scents brush, BR250, the Pro Blending brush, and just going into the Purple Plum shade. This color is great. It is kind of a dupe for MAC Quarry, which is one of the MAC eyeshadows that I own. I own 6 or 7 of them, and that is one of them. If you apply this too dark, it could look like a bruise, so just be careful when you do it, but I am going to be blending it out with other colors. This is just the crease color that I chose to work with. The first Naked palette by Urban Decay is the only Naked palette that I own. I do own a few. I own both of the Naked Basics palettes, but I only own the original Naked palette. It was one of the first high-end palettes that I purchased. It's actually the second. The first one that I purchased was the Too Faced Natural Eye palette. That was a long time ago. I still own it. And that was also before they reformulated. Okay, this guy's pretty much on my eyes. Now I'm going to be taking the Coastal Scents brush, BRC N08. Honestly, I love the Coastal Scents brushes, and every, Black Friday or Cyber Monday rolls around, I get a few more, which is awesome. I'm going to be taking this and going into the Toasted shade. At least I think that's what it's called. Something like that. And I'm just going to be applying this to the outer thirds of my eye. Kind of blending it up into the crease. You could honestly use the same brush as the one that you used for the crease, but I like to save my Pro Blending brushes for matte colors, and I will use this brush, the N08, to do any other like shimmery kind of colors. Okay, I'm going to be darkening up this look with the shade name that I can't remember. This one right here, and this is the BRC N51 brush, another really great brush by Coastal Scents. And I'm going to just kind of apply this to the bottom of the outer thirds, darkening up the look, making it look more like a smoky eye. We're going to go in with the Sidecar shade next, but because it is sparkly and it's super pigmented, we want to make sure that all of the other shadows are down first before we blend that one in. We're also going to be blending the shade underneath our eyelid just a little bit. The smokiness of this look and how dramatic you want it to be is completely up to you. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon when I'm filming this, and I'm not going anywhere, so I don't have to make it super dramatic. I just want a little bit of color down there. And if it's too much, I will go in and I will blend it out. So the Revealed palettes by Coastal Scents are supposed to be dupes for each of the Urban Decay Naked palettes, and I own the first two. I own the Revealed 1 and Revealed 2, but I don't own Revealed 3 or the Revealed Smoky palette. I don't think I want to own the Revealed 3 palette, just because I don't think I'd use those colors. I rarely wear pink as it is, and when I do go for a pink, it's not those kind of pinks. So I don't know if I'd own that one, but I was watching a whole bunch of reviews on the Coastal Scents Smoky palette and it looks awesome, and I would totally buy that. The shades that they added in that aren't from the original Smoky palette, they just look so gorgeous and buttery and just beautiful. Okay, now I am going to be taking the Sidecar color and I'm going to apply it with my finger just because I feel that's best. I could use the same brush, excuse me, that I was just using, but I don't want to get a whole bunch of fallout. So I'm just going to go in with my finger and just kind of blend it in. If you put on an eyeshadow base like I did, it will definitely pick up a whole bunch more on the spots where you haven't put any eyeshadow yet. But it works. The shade is great. It is gorgeous. It's like the perfect rust copper kind of color, but it's muted and it's more of like a nude rust copper. And it just goes really well with these other shades. Okay, there we go. That color is on. It's looking great. I do want to blend it out because I blended up a little bit too high on this eye. So I'm going back in with the Pro blending brush and that purple shade. Blend it out, just ever so slightly. Okay, this eye, it's pretty much done. Okay. The last thing that I do want to do, and I'm going to be taking the Coastal Scents brush BRC N12, which is the tiny, there we go, you can kind of see it. It's a tiny little blending brush. It's really great for smudging out eye looks. I'm going to be taking, which one should I go with? I think I'm going to go with this pink one right here. I just apply this to the inner corners. Yep, this was the right color. I don't like a whole lot of shimmer on the inner corner, just because sometimes it looks like way too much. But if you're really gonna focus it, I would try to blend it in with that first eyeshadow that you apply. It's like the all over lid shade. And then it looks really natural-ish. I mean, it's makeup, it doesn't look natural. Okay, that's it for the upper lash line. I do want to blend out some eyeliner. So I'm gonna be taking the NYX Slide On Eyeliner in Brown Perfection. Mine needs to be sharpened, but we're just gonna go for it anyways. I'm applying this to the lower lash line. I'm not applying this to the waterline. I want to blend this in right into those lashes. And I'm gonna be taking this brush. This is from the Real Techniques Brow set. It is the Slanted Arch Definer. It's basically a smudger. And I'm just going to smudge in this eyeshadow. Your eyes will probably water while doing this. Completely normal. I'm kind of blending this color up to my upper lash line. Just a little bit in the outer corner. Okay, a little bit more to this eye. The brow set from Real Techniques is such a wonderful set. When I originally got it, I didn't think it was going to be that amazing. Like, I mean, it has 2 pairs of tweezers and then 3 brushes, a spoolie, this smudger, and then the brow brush. But honestly, I've used one of the products at least every single day since I've purchased it. Well, actually, I didn't purchase it. My mom purchased it for me. We're finishing off this eye look with some gel eyeliner. This is the Maybelline Eyestudio Gel in Blackest Black with the, I'm going to be applying it with the Real Techniques Fine Liner brush. Just kind of go into it, get a whole bunch of product on your brush, and then go for it. Eyeliner is the worst thing. Like, I'm the worst at it. And also my eyes aren't even. So when I apply it, it's a little bit different every day. I don't know if I want to wing out this look. Maybe. We'll bring it to a point. Yeah, that's about as far as I want to wing it out. Okay, one eye is done. It's a pretty thick line, but it works. If you wanted to use liquid liner, go for it. Sometimes liquid liner doesn't look the best with certain looks, so gel liner is what I'm opting for today. Okay, there we go. Liner is done. To finish off the eye look, some mascara. This is my favorite Maybelline Lash Sensational. It's almost completely out, so I'm gonna have to get a new one soon. But honestly, it's the best. And that is the finished eye look. I'm gonna finish up with some lipstick, the Wet n Wild Mega Last lipstick in Bear my absolute favorite one. I'm already wearing a little bit of it, but I'm just gonna top it up. This is the finished look. I really like the way that it turned out. I think I'm going to start getting more use out of this palette because they do have some really great shades in here. Not all of it is matte, but the pigmentation and the quality of them is super great. And since I think I paid like 20 bucks for it on sale. I think it's originally 40 bucks, but you can get them on sale because the website has many sales that go on at different points of the month and throughout the year. But it's definitely worth it. I do think I am going to pick up the smoky palette just because it looks fantastic, but we'll see. That will probably be, if I do end up getting it, you will see it in a haul video. Okay, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow with the perfect palette tag. Bye.